Welcome back, everyone. This is Doug Silk with AR Dot Watch, and we're here live at the finish line for the 2025 United States Adventure Racing National Championship. And wow, what a day it has been already. We crowned the 2025 National Champion. Congratulations, Team Wadali. If you didn't see them finishing, they absolutely crushed this course. It was phenomenal, and they had a great day. We're going to air an interview with them later from right after that. Right now, they're getting showers and rehydrating and getting everything ready. But we're here live at race headquarters here at the Ledger in Bentonville, Arkansas. If you haven't been here, it's spectacular. This building is fantastic, and racers are going to finish coming up 6 floors up here to the top of the Ledger, and they finish right up outside of this window here. We're going to take you out there live with some racers here in just a minute. But what a race it has been. If you've been looking at the tracker's been busy. There are a lot of racers that are trying to get their way all the way back here to the finish line in under the next hour and a half. They've got an hour and a half before they start losing all the points that they've worked so hard to get going into today. So there are some racers that are going to be pushing the envelope on whether or not they make it back before the 3 p.m. cutoff. But we're going to bring it to you live the entire time right here on YouTube. And hopefully you're tuning in to the USARA page and got yourself here. So let's talk about the front of the pack before we go out and start talking to some of the teams that are finishing out there. Obviously, Wadali had an amazing race. Other than the initial bobble, I think the rest of it was pretty clean. In talking to them, they didn't have any real big issues after that first part, and obviously it showed in what they did. Grit Adventure has come in. They started out like going, leading the race through the first 2.5 stages, and about halfway through the first trek stage, or sorry, second trek stage, they were passed by Wadali, and come to find out that Jesse Spangler from Grit Adventures was having some stomach issues and not able to hold anything down since 8 p.m. last night. If you know anything about the heat and trying to be able to take in water and nutrition, and you're just not able to hold anything down, that makes for a very long rest of your race, especially going as hard as they were going. So big kudos to them just making it back here to the finish line. What a great race they had. And hope that Jesse is getting an IV, getting some fluids in him right now. We've seen racers literally crawling across this finish line because of the heat conditions that are out there. You heard Mike Garrison on our broadcast earlier this morning discussing the weather, and I think the anticipated highs were roughly 89, 90 degrees. And I know yesterday just on the thermometer, it was showing 92, 93 with a real feel of about 105. And so racers were out there giving it their all in those kind of conditions, and they're now, you know, kind of paying the price for it. We've had to put people in showers here at the Ledger just to bring their body temperature down. There are people walking around with ice bags all over them. The medical staff here has been fantastic. They're taking care of them. Yes, ladies, that's you right here behind me. So thank you guys, and I know the racers are thanking you. And so are the family who are at home, who their racers may have been suffering from some of these heat conditions, and knowing that they have really great care makes it easier for the people at home. So never fear, your people are being taken care of. We've got some racers that are trying to push here to the finish line. In fact, I think I just heard that they're going to have to go out and pick up a couple teams that are probably not going to make it back. And if we pull up the tracker, we can take a look and see they're working through that dog bone section and trying to get back here as fast as possible. When we first looked at this last section, the top racers and the racers that were trying to clear this dog bone section were looking at about 33 miles of single track, because they're having to sometimes go back and forth on these 1-2 points within the section. But these racers are literally just trying to get through the trail and get back here. And from point to point, it's about 12 miles. Burf Barf, my ladies in the house. How you guys feeling? Well, get over here. Wait, the couch is waiting for you. listen, we're gonna jump right into interviews because my girls from Burf Barf.
Wow.
Congratulations!
Thank
You were my first interview on the live today. How was your race? Right? I mean, look at them. Look at them. They don't even look like they've raced. Nobody can smell you on the camera. You don't need to tell them that.
If only you could smell us.
So tell us about your race.
Boy, it was hot. It was dynamic. I would say.
Yeah, you got to use the mic.
I would say it was pretty dynamic course. I would say the roads, Bentonville roads, are just somehow magical. Somehow they never feel like they're going up. Like the road sections were super fun and smooth and rideable. The single track was challenging, especially at the end of a race.
Yeah, it was really hot, and then having to add that in some long sections. It was kind of brutal today. Yeah. And the rocks, they bite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Just got a little boo-boo.
Well, I was going to ask because I know before the race we saw you guys and you guys had some good luck charms.
We did.
Do you still have them on you?
Oh yeah, they're
okay,
in our
so
pack.
you had them
we
and
had
they
them
worked
the whole time.
because you're here. I mean
I don't
minor.
need stitches, I don't think.
That,
Yeah,
okay,
You're okay.
I would say that's a win.
Yeah.
And there was no Taylor Swift release that I know of.
Oh.
I did search last night because I was thinking about you,
You're a
and
real
I
one.
wanted to be able to give you some good advice. She asked me before the race, like, if Taylor releases a single, I need to find her on the course and let her know.
This is the
So,
information we need when we're racing for 30 hours.
I need stuff to sing, too.
right? How many Taylor Swift songs did you guys sing during?
My teammates don't actually tolerate that. A big shout out to Amanda Bolai, my true Swiftie, and also one of the greatest adventure racers of all time.
What?
I mean, Taylor's probably watching right now.
Yeah,
I
I can't
would
imagine
imagine.
what else
So
she's doing.
I'm sure she is very proud of you guys. What was your favorite part of the race?
I think the gravel last night was
Yeah.
good. The gravel last night was good. The paddling was really nice. On a hot day, it was nice to be in the paddle, even when we dunked. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my favorite part of the whole race was dumping.
Not the dumping that you're thinking of. You're talking about the water.
No, that always goes too far.
Yeah, because we saw some videos from the whitewater and it was interesting.
Yeah, we chose to portage the whole thing, and people.
final.
Yeah, people said that was the right move, but my shoulders say otherwise. That canoe was very heavy.
Well, it looked like a World War II era, like steel.
Yes, it did.
I felt like people that it was going to be anti-aircraft guns shooting
yeah.
out of there.
We
so.
actually installed a periscope.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, there were some. We have some great video on Instagram of some boats that literally turned into submarines as they
Nice.
were coming through some of the
Did
water.
any get lost in the bottom of the river?
There were a couple that might have been trapped.
All right. Yeah.
So they had a good time in the paddle section,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for jumping on.
Yeah.
I'll let you go get cool.
Yeah.
But great race, guys.
having you.
Good seeing you out here.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'll be up in 8 to 9 minutes.
Getting up is the hardest part, I think, right now. So there you have it. Like, good spirits, obviously. Burf Barf is always a pleasure to have at a race. And we'll see how they finished in the all-female category this year. It was a very competitive category. We have the women of AR that are challenging and should finish in a third place overall for this entire race. In fact, oh no, that's Team thisABILITY coming across the finish line behind me. And so we may actually, you guys want to go outside and you want to talk to them? I think we do. We're going to go out there. We're going to try out our new thing here in just a second and see if we can take it out. It should be on. There I am. Hey, look, there's the man, the myth, the legend behind the scenes, Jeff from AR Insider. But we're gonna go outside. I do. Thank you, Miss Stephanie.
Can I hold that to you?
All right, we're gonna go out and we're gonna see if we can talk to some teams going right about. Yeah. All right. All right, we are live out here at the finish line. Team thisABILITY, you're our first remote interview after the race. Chip out, everybody.
Hey, everybody. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely.
Come on. Good job, man. You guys did awesome. How are you feeling? I mean, I heard you guys wanted to go back out for another round on the dog bones, right? Okay, nice. Oh, yeah, get that medal, Chip. What was your favorite part of the race?
Single track and the photo.
Oh, the photo. See, we love that. Yep.
Shout out to Siloam Springs.
Come on up. You don't get any shade yet. You guys did an awesome job out there. We saw a little bobble after TA5 last night. What happened there, Chip?
We just measured wrong, and we were going into people's backyards, and we kind of knew we shouldn't do that, and we were just trying to punch through. But we eventually figured our way out, but we wasted some time.
It was a road that matched with what we needed.
Oh, yeah.
Further south, it wasn't on the map.
I was watching and I was like, just keep going north. If you would have gone all north, yes, you were almost there.
He tried to lead me into it. And I was like,
One more road and you guys would have been able to get across. And but great
not our
job.
proudest moment.
That's all right. Listen, they're all learning moments, right?
And it all makes a good
story.
story.
So congratulations, guys. Way to finish the national championship. All right, so let's see if we can go talk to some other people out here. This looks like a fun table right here to interview Rootstock. How are you guys feeling?
Deemed it our best worst race, is that one? And we we had a blast. We worked really well together. We kind of stuck to our goals and recovered well.
You guys crushed the dog bone area, in the second part of the race, and that's
no
crushing.
maybe some soul crushing, but that's well, you guys did awesome.
we were disappointed in the moment, and then we got over it. So
Well, and I think you have to do that really quickly in adventure racing sometimes. So great job out there, guys.
So-
Andy Bacon, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling silky smooth.
See, we've been talking about that the entire weekend. How was your race? I mean, you were super excited at the O course. And so, did you go crush it like you thought you would?
I was the green. I got the one. The little riverbed. I'm so proud of myself.
Well, it was funny because I watched you go out, and then next thing you know, you're right back. So you did crush it, just like you said you would.
We came in. I haven't raced with Charlie in like a decade. We met Liz for the first time in person here.
Stephanie was able to connect me because I said I didn't have a team.
Awesome.
And they found me a team.
So we came in with sort of like wondering how it was gonna go, right? And but it went well. We didn't make the cutoff, which is kind of a bummer. But same thing that Abby said. Like you kind of get disappointed and then you just move on, right?
Yeah.
And everybody did good. They pushed hard. It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. And I think we did everything that we probably could have done.
Awesome.
And that was great.
Well, if you got everything out of the course that you could, then that sounds like a good day.
Probably couldn't have done anything.
Good.
It was good. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Really proud of you. All right, let's see if we can talk to some other people. Let's go over here to the volunteer tent because they're super important at making these things happen. We got volunteers that are doing things as I'm trying to come over and interview. Yeah, did I catch you mid-bite? Yes, I have succeeded in my mission. Ladies, thank you for being out here and volunteering. Tell me what volunteering out here means to you guys.
Well, I'm starting adventure racing like 3 years ago, and this is like a very huge opportunity to watch the top teams and discover what are they handling. I think like mental preparation for this it's very key. So we want to do it, the nationals. So this is like a long race.
Hey, listen, next year, right? We're gonna see you next year out on the course.
Hopefully.
All right, Sharma, you were a volunteer extraordinaire. You were here last year. You're here this year. How has it been this year, other than hot?
It's been very hot, not raining at all. It's been great. Both times the vibes have been awesome. The racers have been amazing. Everyone says thank you, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
Ask Jen what it's
Oh,
like to
Jen.
volunteer and watch your partner out on the course.
Yeah. So your partner's out there racing, and what is going through your mind?
She's a freaking machine.
She is,
I just
right?
worked on my language too there.
No, that's all right.
Freaking machine. I can't wait to see their expressions.
Yes. And they're looking at third overall.
Yeah, and just considering we got back from Iceland, I don't know, not even a week ago.
Just tired legs, no big deal.
And she's going back to BC in a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Well,
she's extraordinary.
she knows these trails pretty well. That's got to help.
You should ask her about the maps.
Okay.
What happened to the maps?
Okay.
And
will
how
ask them
they, yeah.
how close are they to finishing? Because I know you've been tracking.
They're definitely going to be in. They're going to definitely be in by 3, probably in like 45 minutes.
Okay. Well, we can't wait to see them come in. That's the women of AR, and they are crushing the course, looking at finishing 3rd. Let's go over to the edge where the teams are going to be coming up. We'll even catch a team coming up the ledger. All up. Right. What they have. It's a pretty magic. So if you look over the it's pretty out mountain biking everywhere, and they're probably wondering what these are that are going up on top of the ledger, but they're having a great time. I think what we'll do, let's go catch up with. Don't ask why.
Special message for you. You're too far away.
Weird. Okay, so we can't hear. Okay. Well, what about here? I think we're probably good here. We probably just can't go to the edge. Wadali. Just
Hard to get really, but
you're here. Celebrate with that. Down. How many? It's finished now. All right. Well, we've been testing the limits of our feed. We're not quite sure. I think we're going to go back. We're good right here. All right. We're going to go back inside. It was worth a shot. Okay. 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 How far out are we reaching? Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, we'll go back out. Let's talk to some people. All right. We got a couple teams right here that just finished. How are you guys feeling?
Amazing and horrible.
Time. Yeah, that sounds like adventure racing to me. It's talking about how we were physically and mentally done about 20. Okay. how much pain the body can take. If you just keep going, your body will catch up. It's not going to like you very much. What was your favorite part of the race? The hard one. Photo op? The photo op was pretty fun. Yeah? Yeah. I went out and did that in Salem Springs. It's a really cool little town with a cool history. If you take a dip in the creek because it had healing powers, apparently.
We did take a different creek.
I think a lot of people took dips a little more involved than me. I think that was with the heat right there, that does probably feel like really fun. Well, congratulations, guys. Great race. Oh, we have Electric Mayhem that just crossed the line over here. We'll come over here and talk to them. Congratulations, guys. Hey, oh no. Electric Mayhem. Come on, Electric Mayhem. Over here. Hello. Yeah? Hi, how are you guys doing? Congratulations. You haven't raced for a long time, Jeff.
No, National 2017. Wow. That's the one, yeah.
And how did that feel?
That one or this one?
This one.
It was great. It was like a family reunion. A lot of fun.
Awesome.
These guys pushed the hell out of me, so it's awesome.
I mean, you guys did awesome. There was that first cutoff on the paddle that you guys made. Yeah. Did you realize that early on, and that was going to be that was your plan?
I did not want to miss that. We had everybody that couldn't make the cutoff that made that critical mistake.
Yeah, because I think
5 teams did not make that.
Really?
Yeah, we were 200 meters from a point. We knew exactly where it was, and we were like, nope, gotta go, gotta go. So did anybody not dump in the paddle?
Not that I know. I think
Except for us.
Except for us.
You guys didn't dump?
Didn't dump. Yeah. We took her out. We threw her out. Yeah. And then we went the race to the way.
Just wanted news. That was a very smart move because those look like World War II era.
Yeah.
Like
When the thing hits the bottom and going, you hear this crunching noise and the water just comes pouring in and you're just sitting in it. You can't.
Congratulations on another national championship. Awesome race. Glad to see you.
I think it's the best nationals I've done.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
going to give it. Yeah. Definitely the best.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Thanks, Doug. All right, so there you have it. This is the best nationals for someone who's been to a lot of races and probably a lot of nationals. That's saying something.
Yeah.
Let's get inside. Look, we're going to look at the tracker and kind of see where people are for a little bit. Maybe see if we can get some people on the couch with us. You guys want to come in on the couch?
No.
He said no. You can't say that. All right.
I wanted to go back behind that. See.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to. All right. So we are back here in the studio. We'll put that down for a little bit. Oh, wow. There's a lot going on out there. It's pretty loud. I hope you guys could hear everything that was happening. Are you still picking up? Are you still picking up my audio? We're just making sure that everything is going well. Are we good? A little, okay. So we'll try to get some teams in to come sit down on the therapy couch. I mean, the finish line couch. And we'll try to talk about how the race went. Let's see if we can get, hey, you guys want to come over and jump in on an interview? Bring it. Everybody, there's plenty of room on the couch. I'm calling it the therapy couch. Oh, absolutely. Come on, man. That's what it's here for. All right. They're going to grab their teammate. We'll have Team Howler Monkeys, right? Jumping in here. We'll figure out how their race went. The great thing about the live show here at the end of the race is that we just get to catch up with all of the racers, find out how they're feeling, pretty raw right after finishing, which means you're probably going to get some truths which, you know, are good to hear on a course like this. We just heard Brenda talking about how this was the best national she's ever been at. I don't know that everybody will agree with that, but all that matters is it's the race that you want, even when things don't go your way. So come on over to the therapy couch. Oh, come on. You can't say no. It's too late. Your teammates already committed you. It's live. Yeah, we're going to be live right here. No, you don't. You look like you just finished a national championship race. No.
Good.
All right, so when you talk, you just have to talk into the microphone.
Okay.
So tell me about your race. How'd it go?
We made a lot of great decisions, but the final bike was brutal. Was absolutely brutal. Yep.
Was it because of the difficulty of the trails or the heat or both?
Elevation, timing, yeah, fatigue at the very end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, having 33 miles of single track at the end of a 30-hour race is pretty difficult. Did you guys make the paddle cutoff?
We did.
On day one.
We did.
And how did that factor into your decision making early on in the race?
Me and her had to browbeat him into not being greedy and getting, he's like, we've got to clear all 14, 15.
And we were so like,
Make sure you hold the mic so they can hear you. That's fine, because there's a lot of background. Yeah.
Kelly and I were very adamant that we wanted to make that 4 p.m. Cutoff time. So it was a lot of persuasion.
Like 5 minutes.
We made it by like,
We only had a
yeah.
5-minute window.
He said you got to hold the mic real close. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So how close were you guys to the cutoff?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Wow. Well,
we're sweating
it's better than being on the other end of the cutoff, because we had some teams that did clear that first section, but missed the cutoff by 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So it's good that you listened to them, because that's a difference of being ranked in the top whatever and being in the number 45 is the best that you could be, because 45 people made the cutoff. And if they did, they were ranked above anybody who did not make the cutoff because they missed the mandatory point and everybody else was short course. So it was a bit of contention for people at home. And obviously all the racers knew about it. You guys knew about it and made decisions based off of that, right? Because normally you would push to clear that whole section. And
it was a high value section.
Yeah, 15 points over 3 or 4 hours generally. That took about 5-ish, right, for most teams. Was the navigation difficult, or the terrain, or what made it a little bit longer than I think anticipated?
I would say the heat and the navigation wasn't horrible. It wasn't as bad as some of the other sections, but the heat was rough that day, for me anyway.
How bad did you guys dump in the canoes?
No, we ran the Whitewater Center. The first drop did not capsize it there. We took out a bunch of water, but it managed to eddy out and empty the boat, but figured it would take more time to relaunch it and run the rest of them than it would be just to run the boat down. So we didn't do that. The first rapids at TA2, whatever the time cutoff one, we got caught up with a boat in front of us, and we did turn it over there.
Yeah. So that water probably felt good at that point, though.
Yeah, I went back and did River Angels and dumped some heat out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with that heat, you have to do something to stay cool. And I talked to a couple other people last night at TA5 who were saying that they were hoping that they would find water out on the course, but everything was bone dry, right? Like little creek beds or things like that. Did you guys kind of run into that problem as well?
I thought the staff did an amazing job at TA's having water for us. We were able to fill our bladders, our water bottles so we didn't feel the need to go and find water on the course.
Good.
Because the staff did an amazing job in supplying water for us.
We were
even at 4 a.m.
Yeah, we were just talking to the volunteers about how we couldn't do these races without them.
Very
like
much.
we're out there running it, but when we get in there, you're relying on them. So what does the national championship race mean to you guys?
I've been short coursed out of a handful of nationals before, so the full course is cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. Really great job. Thank you for joining us today. Say hi to everybody at home. Thank you for cheering them on, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Cool.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you,
Thanks.
guys. All right, there you have it. Go get some hydration, food, anything. So, yeah, this is a triage center now, right around us. Oh, it ain't my couch. Thanks, Ledger, for this great interviewing area. Racers are just going to make it. I think we have Tug Hill. Do we have your whole team? Okay, when she comes back, I want you guys on the couch because we have an awesome video of you guys.
You want to see the scars of AR?
Oh my gosh. Let me.
Look at that gnarly leg.
Can you see this? I want to, and you're not the first person that I have seen.
It's like all swollen, but
Let's see.
Here
Hold
I
on.
am. I'm an experienced racer. It
ended, so I got to join it again. It ended that live, so that's fine.
Yeah, the audio's just got
Okay.
too many people in. Yeah.
That's all right.
I hate sound guys. They're always like, hold for sound.
Oh no! Listen, he's a magician. He's what puts all of this together. All I'm doing is talking on this the whole time. How was your race? Here, have a seat.
Here, I'll sit up. I was sitting over there. That's good. It's nice and air conditioned in here.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. I wish you were
Listen,
out there.
you're live right now. Like we are
They're
live.
not back live.
Oh, we are. We have been live
Here,
the
talk
entire.
on
No,
this.
you talk on that.
Oh, you
I have one.
All right. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
So, what brought you back to the race, Jeff? Like you haven't raced in a long time.
Well, I was on my way from Colorado through this area, and I thought, I haven't raced Worlds in a while. Or no, what is this?
Nationals.
Nationals. I haven't raced Worlds since Wyoming either.
No time like the present. I mean, there's
No.
one in a couple weeks.
Well, I told Hunter that I was going to retire after Eco Challenge, and of course that didn't hold because we went in 2022 to that other TV show that I did horribly in. But I keep retiring, and then I reached out to Brenda and Clay, and they needed a teammate. And I was like, all right, I'm stoked. Let's do it.
I mean, talk about jumping in with both feet into the deep end.
Yeah.
This was not a course to just jump in
No,
on.
dude, it was long.
But if there's one thing that you like, I know it's mountain biking.
I do. I mountain biked crazy.
Yes.
All day today was mountain biking.
Did you love that? You were in love today.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Every minute of it, and I wish that I could have gone for more points on the single track because it was such a blast in there.
Yeah.
But we were running out of time, and we had to bail, and we made a few errors out there, but we recovered, and we made that cutoff, which I heard was incredible.
Oh yeah.
So just happy to be back, man. I'm glad to see everybody. It's like every USARA Nationals is like a reunion.
Yeah.
It is a complete reunion because all these racers will race other races throughout the year, but you'll never see them.
Yep.
But when we all come together here, it's great. It was awesome. It was hot, but it felt like
probably
Florida.
very different than Colorado, where you just were for a couple months.
No, I left and it was snowing on Pikes Peak, and then I came
little
straight
different.
to the heat.
Well, awesome. We'll look forward to. You've got some races coming up here at the end of the year that will gain points for next year's USARA competition for racers, right?
Well, we've got 7 races still left this year. So we're going to be quite busy. Obviously, the Cauldron down in Florida, which is where by the way, I hired 12. I didn't hire them, but they're going to volunteer. 12 high school students going to dress
To come
up.
scare people?
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Listen, if
It's
you
gonna be
want to
the worst.
race for Halloween, go race the cauldron and get the crap scared out of you in the middle of the race, because he's going to have high school students now
Right.
that are going to run out of the woods and chase you down with a Jason mask.
Yeah, so the rules are they're at the checkpoints. And if they tag you, you have to go shoot back out. You can't punch the punch. You have to get to the punch without being tagged by a zombie.
Oh my gosh.
It is so great.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping
You
in
bet,
here.
man.
I think we have Tug Hill waiting to jump in
Tug.
here. Tug Hill, you guys
Tug.
ready to jump in?
All right, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
See you,
Good
man.
to see you.
He's getting up.
You're getting old man. Oh, dude. Listen, you're only on your underwear on National Championship. No big deal.
You got pants on still.
Hey, Mr. Producer Man, can you pull up the video from of them going under? It is on my Instagram. So you guys made my Instagram reel with your Captain Jack Sparrow sinking of the boat. It was probably the smoothest thing I've ever seen when somebody went underwater. You guys, I mean, you played the rapids correctly. You went right where you were supposed to go, but what happened? And you're gonna have to hold the mic real close.
Hold the mic real close.
Tell us what happened.
I guess, I mean, when the boat filled up with water, I think we just had too much weight in the boat, and those boats aren't really designed to go through rapids like that. So it filled up with water, and then we weren't able to steer it. So eventually we got pushed out to the left, and the boat got pinned against the rocks, and it took us a long time to get it unpinned.
Did you guys know it took the water rescue guy like 45 minutes to pull us out?
Oh my gosh.
So we like all the time we made up on our paddle, we lost with this guy pulling us out.
Oh my gosh.
That was brutal.
That's brutal.
The first rapid though, where we brought it into shore when it was underwater,
It was
that
amazing.
was pretty awesome.
It was like
Yeah.
the first thing I thought was that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where the boat's sinking and he walks right off onto the shore. If one of you would have done that, it would have been game over. Like that would have been the coolest exit that anybody's ever seen.
We were like celebrating how cool it was, and then realized our paddle bag was unzipped and our stuff was floating.
And then the
all
yard
over.
sale happened. The funniest part was like you had the baler and you just threw the baler away because you're like, fucking the whole thing is underwater at that point. So it was hilarious. And I'm sure at that point the water felt pretty good being with the heat. How did you guys manage the heat in this race?
A combination of not very well and just good enough.
Hey, that's what you need to keep going. But you made the time cutoff, which was big. Did you realize how many teams did not, or did you realize that at all?
We didn't know that at all.
We didn't know it. I guess I kind of figured because during the paddle I didn't see a lot of teams, and we were standing there waiting for our boat to be pulled out, and there were a lot of teams that I thought would be there that we didn't see go by.
Did you guys plan accordingly on that first trek, knowing that cutoff loomed large, that if you don't make that, you're then ranked behind everybody that made it? Okay. Okay.
It's just loud in here.
So did you guys factor that into your decision making going in?
Definitely. So in our race planning, we said, all right, we want to be here by 11 o'clock so we can do the rest of our plan and get in on time. And we were there around there a little bit after, and we pushed it a little bit longer into the cutoff than we wanted to, but it was still pretty close. So
how much did you make the cutoff by? Do you know?
Yeah, we made it by quite a lot.
Oh, nice.
I think. Yeah, we the time that we wanted to get on the water was 1. We ended up getting on the water at 2. But we paddled fast and it was good.
Nice.
Anna Stewart says, hi, Tuck Hill.
Hi, Anna. I know that they got a kick out of the video because it got replayed several times by other people because it was just fantastic. So you guys will get a kick out of that when you go. We had great beat reporters during this whole time with Brian Gatens from the Dark Zone and Mary Foster from Adventure Enablers that were out there on course. Did you guys see them a lot on course?
Yeah, we saw them 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it was good seeing them.
It was such a value add to a broadcast like this to have people live out there talking to you guys as you're going. how excited are you to go take a shower right now?
Extremely excited. We actually were thinking about getting the hot tub at the hotel to like sweat out all the ticks that are embedded in our legs.
Yeah, so I heard that those ticks were pretty bad.
Yeah, like I've been sitting here talking on this, like digging them out of my skin.
Oh, jeez. All right, well, I won't be sitting on that couch for a little while. Sorry again, the Ledger. I have no control over that. Thank you guys for jumping in here. Go get some hydration, and we'll see you guys at the banquet tonight.
Thank you.
Before you go, Ted Hill, Ashley Cheney says great entertainment, and Emily Hart says Leo had 2 strikeouts and a pop out in his
Go, Leo! There we go. Good job, guys.
Thanks a lot.
So the stories from the course are fantastic. I love being able to hear from them what happened after we see what happens out there on the course, because hearing their firsthand kind of understanding of things is better than what we're thinking every day of the week. So hope you guys have enjoyed all the videos out there. I know I'm super grateful to Brian Gatens and Mary Foster, who have been killing it out there. I wonder if we could get them on. We'll see if we can reach out to them to get them to join our live broadcast and see where they are, because I know they're out there still waiting for some racers to come through, and it would be good to hear from them out on the course, because they've been such a big part of our broadcast time throughout this whole thing. Let's see. Okay, we're going to reach out to them right now. We'll see if I know we've had some teams coming across the finish line. Can we bring up the tracker? I want to see where High Point and Women of AR are, who are our 2nd and 3rd overall teams. I want to see how close they are to coming into the finish line, because maybe we can go back out and I don't think we'll be able to go back out, but we can at least let you know when they are crossing the finish line. High Point may be here. Well, I see Misguided just came across the finish line. And actually, let's see who else is out there. I know this probably sucks for you guys because you can't see what I'm seeing, but I'm basically looking over my shoulder, because that finish line where we were was right out this door, to try to see if I can see some of the amazing finishers as they are coming in. We need to try to bring Ron Eglin in here, because we know he'll take up about 30 minutes of the broadcast just talking about their race. Let's see if I can get somebody to grab him. You guys want to come over for an interview? How do you feel? You guys want to come over? Come on, the couch is waiting for you. We got Rib Mountain over here, who had an amazing race. Okay, we're gonna give him a few minutes, because everybody that has come across the finish line is battling the same heat issues. It is hot outside. In fact, I can look and see what the temperature is right now. It feels hotter than what it actually says it is. It says it is 91, but it feels like 96 right now. And so, you know, racers that push to get here to this finish line, racers that are still out there on course have 45 minutes. 45 minutes to get to the finish line before they start losing all the points that they work so hard to get out there. So if we can pull up the tracker and see how many teams we still have out on course. You know, unfortunately, in a race like this where there are some really big stages, you're going to have some teams that end up losing points because, so for those of you that don't know, once you finish over the 3-hour mark, for the first minute, you lose 1 point. And then every 5 minutes, you lose an additional point that you have gathered. So that means if you got a CP and let's say you got 45 points, every 5 minutes you'll lose a point. And so hopefully we've got some teams that are still pretty far out there. I'm sure that looks like Women of AR. Oh, that's High Point's track, but Women of AR. Okay, so Women of AR look like they are heading back here now. Did they get all of the dog bones? It looks like they did. So getting all of the dog bones, Women of AR look to have secured third place overall and the #1 all-female team here at the National Championship race. They're going to have to really push to make it back here. But if there's anybody that can make it back in 45 minutes from where they are, it's the Women of AR. They are super strong. They're going to be super fast once they get on the road. And I'm sure if you're watching their dot, you're going to start seeing it really start moving once they get out of those hills and get into the outskirts of Bentonville and get in here. High Point had a great race. They continue to be strong the entire time and looks like they have finished in second place. I don't see them out there, but the tracker shows that they are finished. So that means that High Point has finished second co-ed and second overall here at the National Championship race. What a race by those two, or by those guys and girls. They're super strong and always a pleasure. Like you probably will not see them without a smile on their face. I think we've seen a couple pictures of them out on course, and even through the suffering, they're smiling. So we'll see if we can get them in here to talk about their race. Do we have the ability to play the interview with Wadali? Okay. Wasn't sure if we would have the ability to play that. We did interview them earlier after. How are you? Go grab Ron and you guys come in here and get on the couch. Ron! I didn't know you were right on the other side. You guys get over here on the couch. We need it. You can sit right here and not feel good. Okay, the interview with Wadali after their finish is already on YouTube, on the AR Insider YouTube channel that all of these other lives are being posted on. So if you are on the live, you can follow Adventure Racing Insider's YouTube channel. Good job, sir. You made it off the couch.
It was hot. It was just a hot time.
Come on.
Go to the couch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've got the couch. Come on.
Come on, we need teammates.
We need a teammate, at least one of them.
No, you need both of them.
Diane, come.
You're going to have to hold the mic real close when you're talking. You can make it. You can make it.
Nothing left. We both have nothing left. Nothing left.
All right. So, congratulations.
Thank
you. You guys just finished the National Championship race. It's kind of like, hey, you're going to go to Disney World. How does this feel?
Yeah, felt just like Disney World.
Felt just like Disney World,
yeah,
right?
I mean, it was like a party every second.
What? So I know you guys formed this team kind of last minute.
Yep.
Tell me how the team came together, and
okay. Jen, Brenda, and myself had a team, but then Brenda wanted to race with her local people from Wisconsin. Jen got picked up by the girls, so we had it was me and Leah and Greg, but Greg got.
I'm not Greg.
It's not Greg.
It's Greg.
And then, but Diane was like, "I'll take Greg's place. I'm stronger than he is." You are. Greg's watching this.
Say no.
Can't say no.
I'm glad for punishment.
Well, Greg hurt himself, so so Diane jumped in.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
You guys did a kind of cram course. I was talking to Kevin Willert last week in Canada, and he was talking about training with you guys for a few weeks leading up to Canada, and you guys just crammed hard.
Well, she's done a C2C with me.
Right.
So 4 years ago.
This terrain's a little different than C2C, right?
Yeah, but she's done a long race.
Yeah.
They both got cred. There's some street cred there.
Well, and now you have a national championship race under your belt. What was your favorite part of this race?
Canoe for sure.
Yeah, you did enjoy the paddle.
The paddle.
I did the 6-1 orienteering, and I had a blast.
Okay.
Because it was night, it was cool.
There was some terrain out there in that. I mean, it was.
There was, you had to drop down into those. It was like I was looking down, going, "How the hell am I gonna get down there?" I was like, "That's waiting." And then, it was challenging to get to.
And Leo, what was your favorite part?
I liked the photo O and the finish. It was very cool.
That Siloam Springs. Like, I went out and did the photo O on Thursday, and it was a lot of fun. Did you guys were there in the dark trying to do it, or you guys did it in the day? Okay, because we talked to some teams. That was it would have been challenging in the dark because there was a couple where you needed to actually be able to see the full landscape, like the water tower, right? Like, if you didn't look in the right place, you're probably. How long did you stand at the coffee shop and go, "Where is this?"
No, I stood there. I stood there looking. Yeah, because the.
Oh, they didn't have coffee when you got there.
It wasn't open, and I'm looking at the coffee shop, and then Leah goes, "Turn around." She figured
Spotted it right away. I love it. That town. We did a piece on it while people were out on the course. That town was founded because an Indian elder allegedly healed someone through the waters of the creek that goes through that little town. And then the town built up around that because they believed that creek had healing powers. So I don't know if you ended up wading through that, but you're probably healed of whatever ailments that you have now.
We're gonna go back there.
We're gonna have to go back after this.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to go back. Of heat exhaustion.
So now that you have done one national championship, are you going to come back for more?
I've done a dozen.
Ask me next week.
Right? She's one and done.
She's one and
I
done.
know, Ron. I mean, how many national championships
I've
have
done
you
about
raced?
A dozen.
A dozen?
Yeah.
And Leah, I mean, I know you're not going to say no if somebody was to ask you to race.
Well, you proved yourself. She backboned the team.
I have never seen her without a smile.
Both of us were just going off. The heat and everything. We were bonking, and she just held everything together.
Well, that's what you need, right? You need a glue to keep a team together, to keep moving forward. You know that better than I do.
We learned one thing. If you want Diane to be a really good mountain biker, just get her mad. I don't know what it was. She was like.
I thought you were gonna say fed.
Fed might have done no.
Fed or mad,
she,
yeah.
She was really struggling with it, and then something clicked, and then she was just like whoosh. You did that. I was like, I was like, I gotta get out of here.
The single track here, I mean, we got some explanations earlier that like intermediate trails here are like difficult trails in other places.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is not like Santos or some of the trails that are down there. It's hard to kind of train for something like this. Did you guys have fun at least on the single track?
On the downhills were so much fun. I mean, they were just. There was only one time when that last little one in the little in the creek, and I could not resist. They were sitting back at one of the entrances, and I'm like, I just have to go flying through there, and then I waited.
But we didn't get till single track until we were already fatigued and tired. And
it would have been nice to have the single track when you weren't like exhausted.
Well, and just so you know, like you're not the only team that felt that. Like Wadali, who won this, literally we caught them on course at D2 with Brian Gatens and Mary Foster, and they were like, this would be so much fun if we weren't so gassed already. Yeah. So everybody was gassed going into this. And unfortunately, because of the way the course had to set up, it had to be at the end. You guys persevered through it. Congratulations on a national championship. And thank you for joining me on the therapy couch.
And realize they're both of them first national championship.
Yep.
And they've done some other races, but it was, when I was talking to them about it, it's like, I want you to realize this is not like a normal race.
Yeah.
They make it really hard.
Well, yeah, they have to, right? They have to. It has to be worthy of the national championship.
Yeah.
And now you guys are salty, so you can go brag about this forever. So hope you enjoy the medals, and it was very well earned. Say hello to everybody at home that's watching and cheering for you guys.
Look at the camera.
And there you go. Thank you guys for joining us.
Wave at him.
Yeah, the camera is over there somewhere.
There's something. Look at the thing over there. Look at the screen. It's like a big.
Well,
right
thank
now
you
the
guys.
spin.
I appreciate
yeah,
it.
There you go. Oh,
Good job.
We still gotta get up.
I know. You want help? I'll help you. Come on.
No, I got. Oh, here.
Oh, yeah.
Man, there we go. We got it.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so much. Now we gotta get to the car.
I know, right? So there you have it from a team that is mixed of first-timers and somebody that has done it over a dozen times. It doesn't get easier. A national championship race is always going to be difficult and challenging, and today was no exception. I'm trying to see how much time we have before the cutoff. We got 35 minutes. 35 minutes for racers to get here. Okay, let's pull the tracker up one more time. Now, some of those teams have made pretty good time. Let's see where Women of A are. Oh, man, they are moving. They are flying, and they're going to only go faster. As we were talking, literally, their dot just moved probably 1,000 meters on the thing. So they got one checkpoint left, and then they're going to cruise in here to the finish. It is going to be tight. They're going to have to really push to get up the ledger and get here before the clock strikes 30, but they are going to make it, and they're going to finish third overall here at the national championship race.
I think it's been taking teams about 20 to 30 minutes to get from that last checkpoint.
20 to 30 minutes. And, I mean, we're talking about Britt Mason and her crew, so we know that they are going to streamline. They're going to be riding single file right on each other and, like, wheel to wheel to get as aero as possible, and they're going to be pushing hard because they have worked really hard. They were one of the last three teams to make the paddle cutoff. And it was, I mean, that was almost catastrophic for their race because, as we talked about earlier, if you didn't make that paddle cutoff, you were automatically ranked behind every other team that made that paddle cutoff. No matter if they got 5 more points the rest of the race, you would be ranked below them because you didn't get that mandatory TA, which was TA3. So they made it by the skin of their teeth. The last 3 teams that made it were Strong Machine, Women of AR, and who was the last name? Rib Mountain. And yeah, it was pretty tight. In fact, we were talking to Mike Garrison earlier about how they had to make those hard decisions and hard calls and inform people out there on the river where people were just getting wrecked going through those rapids right before the TA. But that if you were in the water trying to salvage your boat and get all of your stuff out, you were still given an opportunity. Do you have any time after you drop those off? Okay. We're going to try to get Mr. Garrison over here to join us, talk a little bit more about the race and where we are. We've got teams that are taking their bikes back down the ledger. We showed you out there. Were you able to see teams coming up the ledger? I've got one right here.
Just make sure it's like very, it's really picking up
Everything else? Okay.
noise, so we gotta be like right on.
Oh, Mr. Garrison.
What's up?
Well, we've got almost all the teams in.
Getting there.
We've got exactly 30 minutes right now for the teams to make it. We are pulling up the tracker. Women of AR are at the last checkpoint right now. It's been taking teams on average about 20 minutes to get from there in here. I would imagine that they're going to be pushing pretty hard knowing that that cutoff looms. When you've been in that kind of situation where you know that that cutoff looms, how nervous are you?
Indescribably, depending on how bad you think it's going to be. And for the number of races I've done of moderate to significant length and have it come down to that little time, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the bike, I think they know their speed, and I think they know that no accidents, no mechanicals, that they're going to be okay. But it's still super stressful.
And from that checkpoint, it's all paved roads, right?
Yeah, well, it's a paved greenway. It's the Razorback Greenway all the way up into town. And honestly, the trickiest part is just kind of getting through this town streets to find the building. The good thing is it's a 6-story building. So, you can get within
vision of it, and then you kind of know where you're going. But
Yeah.
you still got to get here. So.
Well, and then you got to climb the last 500 feet, which will be nothing to them at this point. And I think we were nervous about how teams were going to feel coming up this the gradient, but I think it's gradual enough. I haven't seen anybody walking.
No.
Everybody
Nobody's
has ridden
walked.
this
Yeah.
last part, which, I mean, I rode it the other day on non-tired legs, and it was fine. But on 30-hour tired legs,
Yeah.
after just getting beat up pretty badly on some single track, I would imagine that takes a lot more fortitude to not get off your bike there.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the end, and it's gentle.
I-
And they just survived Little Sugar, so I think at this point, and you got a bunch of great volunteers and folk out there.
Oh, there's
with the
cowbells all over the
yeah,
place, yeah.
Cowbells always help.
So let's talk about the podium here. Obviously, Wadali had a fantastic race other
Mhm.
than the early bobble, and they finished well ahead of second and third place. But the battle for second, third, and fourth was very, very close until the last bike leg, when it appears that High Point Racing pulled away with Women of AR coming in just now, or coming right now.
Hopefully shortly.
And then Ozark, where are they? Can we pull them up on the tracker?
They're further down on the Greenway.
Okay, they're just a little bit behind. That's a tight race. I mean, that's for third if Ozark cleared all the dog bones.
They did not.
They did not. They ended up skipping one.
This is not official, but I do believe that they dropped one because I was looking at that about 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so a dog bone orienteering course involves getting pairs of controls. So if you look on the map and you click on them, the pairs are denoted by a letter, and then there's a number saying which one in the pair it is. So A1, A2. And the whole idea is that you got to get the pairs together. So you either have to get A1 and A2, or A2 and then A1, and you can't get anything between those two if you want to get credit for that pair. So it just adds a little bit of navigation challenge to the single track. It makes teams not only look at what order do we want to get these pairs, but within a pair, which set of trails is the best way to connect the dots, so to speak.
And I know some of the teams, I mean, obviously a lot of the teams had to cut a lot of those. But we were talking to Rootstock. Rootstock cleared that whole last section and did a good job of really. I know they were disappointed by not making the cutoff, but they really made the best of their race after that.
Yeah, I mean that's that happens. I won't say a lot, but that happens regularly and frequently where a team, they have a goal and then that is unachievable, and you can either stop racing or you figure out a way to kind of reset your race and figure out a new goal and get after it, which they did a great job of that.
So the heat of the day has really, I mean, we've seen the triage center in here for the nurses that have been taking care of people, taking them into the cold showers and getting their body temperatures down. We've seen ice packs on necks and thighs and pretty much everywhere else in here. How do you think that played into the difficulty of an already difficult race?
Immensely, significantly. Just having that kind of heat right out of the gate, most teams we kind of saw / felt that they never really fully recovered from the impact it had on the first leg. And, it cooled off a night and it was great. And you kind of saw teams bounce back again. But then as soon as the sun came up, they went right back to that, flirting with zombie eyes look. And honestly, the number of teams that missed that cutoff at TA3 or CP17, without the heat, that number would have been smaller. I don't know how much smaller, but I think it would have been smaller. And, obviously then you have some health and safety concerns. You want to make sure that teams and individuals don't get too focused on the competitive part of the experience. We absolutely love to compete and get out there and give it our all, but at some point you got to say this is just a race. I got to take care of myself. And one thing about this sport, it's team sport, and you see teams taking care of each other all the time.
Yeah.
Towing each other, carrying stuff, making sure they're in as good a shape as can be. And that was key the last 30 hours.
I know we had some issues with heat and some teams that were struggling. how many teams, did any teams drop out? Because I don't know that any full teams dropped out of the race.
Well, if you give me 45 seconds to a minute, I can give you that answer because I think we have a team dropping out right now, unfortunately. No, we had 2 individual medical retirements, if you will, of people, but the other 2 people on both of those teams continued racing. And the 2 people that dropped out from medical are totally fine. Or I say totally fine. Like, obviously, there was a reason for them to stop, but last we saw them yesterday still, they had recovered and they were in a good place. So one was 100% heat-related. I think the other one as well. I didn't talk to him as much, but he made the choice to pull himself out.
I think that was Kevin, and I actually
Probably.
saw him here
Oh, okay.
earlier. Gave me a thumbs up.
He may have been the guy that just said hi to me a little bit ago. Yeah, sorry. A lot of faces the last 2 days.
He was my teammate last week at Raid Temiskaming, so we've talked. I made sure that he was okay after I had heard that he had to drop out of the race. As we've been talking, the tracker has been updating, and it looks like women of AR are getting closer and closer to the finish line right now. Closely followed behind by the boys from Ozark, from Team Ozark. They definitely used, I think, their home field advantage here to their benefit. They had a very solid race. I don't think they had many or any missteps. The only, if I'm critiquing anything, I think they chose a different route through the dog bones than the other teams, because I think those 3 teams that were battling for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th entered that area roughly around the same time, and now we're seeing, kind of the differences in route choice.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the tracks closely in a little while, but up in the north part of the dog bones, it looked like they had done something a little different than other teams, and we'll have to sit down and kind of analyze it later to figure out how much of an impact it had. But and actually, they didn't have a ton of local, despite the team name. One guy's from Minnesota. I think the other guy's from, I don't even know, maybe Kansas City. So, yeah, well, Jason knows the area a little bit, but the other guys aren't very local. So, still had a great race.
The reports that I got from the volunteers were that Team Ozark was one of the nicest teams that they've met out on the course.
Really good news.
So that's, that to me is winning. If that's what you can be known as, and you're racing as hard as you have. Because I think we've all been at races where there are teams that are competing for one of these podium spots, and as they're competing for the podium spots, they're maybe not the nicest because they're in competition mode and they're head down. But these guys, I think are class acts, and it shows. Teams are continuing to come across the finish line behind me, as well as the triage center is continuing to use up all of the ice that the ledger has to offer to give to racers to help cool them down. The heat out there is no joke. I know that Brian and Mary gave me a hard time about going from air conditioned to air conditioned. In fact, I lodged the complaint earlier about them, but staying here, having this finish line access has been fantastic. The ledger here is just a spectacular building, and the people here have been amazing to work with. It looks like we've got 6 teams left out on the course, and coming up on 20 minutes left.
I'm going to hop off here because there's a team that we're going to probably have to go pick up, so I'm going to go sort that out.
Okay, thanks for joining us,
Yeah,
Mike.
no worries.
You're fine. It's fine. We got it taken care of. So 20 minutes left until the time cutoff, which we've got 2 teams that are really close to finishing, probably within the next 10 minutes. And then the boys from Team Ozark are going to be really pushing that time. They just got through that last CP, but they're moving fast because the last time that we had looked, I think like 2 minutes ago, they were up at the CP. So if they can keep moving at this speed, I'm sure that they are looking at their watches and freaking out. As Mike said, as you've put all of this effort into the race. The last thing that you want to do is give up some of the points that you have worked so hard to earn. So the anxiety is probably at a 10. And as you can see on the tracker there, that last little jaunt into Bentonville, it is a required course. Like on their maps, it is a black line where they have to come down that street, the long street that will lead them right up to the ledger. And so we saw some teams that were battling with that. In fact, Grit Adventure, as they were coming into town, we watched them, have a difficult time getting to the right street. And that could play a factor here when time is of the essence and every second counts. If you can make it through the town without having to stop and look at your map board or and figure out which street to turn on, where you are. So navigation is still at a premium here 29 hours and 41 minutes into the race, because if you are not on your A game right now, it could cost you points at the end of this. And that is the last thing that these three teams especially want, because they've worked so hard to stay full course and clear. I will say that, oh, hey, grab your team and come jump on the therapy couch. All right, we're going to have Strong Machine join in. Glenn Lewis just popped his head in. He's going to go grab his team, and we're going to grab an interview with them. So that'll be fantastic to have them. What a great race. I think they're going to end up finishing third co-ed. So once again at a national championship race, Strong Machine has made some very smart choices that have landed them on the podium. So we'll talk about that once they get in here. Come on in. All right, well, come join us.
Oh, those are ours.
Oh, these are yours?
Yes,
Mike,
Garrison.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Grab the mic. You're going to have to talk right into it. Like it's
Okay.
Like,
Are we not live now?
We are live.
Oh, we are. Hey.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
what
you.
a race.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
That was something.
I mean, listen, you put everybody's nerves on edge at the first cutoff.
Including our own. Including our own.
What were you guys thinking at that point in the race? Because
So we made a big error on CP3 on the track.
Okay.
And we figured it out, but we estimated we lost about 40 minutes out there. Between that and kind of some inefficiency around CP4. So we had like a 30-second team reset, and we discussed how we need to get back to doing what we do well, and we nailed the rest of the track.
Yep.
But we ran out of water. And I think our route took us away from water. We didn't even see any water when we needed water. And we got to a point where the time was ticking. We knew we were cutting it close, and we had to miss a couple CPs to get to the put-in. We got to the put-in, I think it was like 2:20, so 20 minutes after the recommended time.
were you trying to get there too?
That was, yeah, the plan was to get there at 2, but we knew that there was a little bit of wiggle room based on kind of the information given pre-race, so we pushed to get there. We had no water. We were absolutely exhausted. And we got in the boats. We did like a 1-minute TA. We TA'd in the boat while it was floating, put on our PFDs and just went. And we paddled hard, but we were also like rehydrating, refueling. And then at some point, we were never getting ahead of the time estimate, so we began paddling a little harder. And Kate was navigating, my teammate Kate, but when we crossed a bridge with maybe, I forget the amount of K, but it was at 10 minutes per K, we were low on time. We didn't have enough time. So we just put our heads down for something like 25 minutes and just paddled as hard as we could. And when we rounded the corner and saw the takeout, we realized there was a rapid there. We absolutely got destroyed with the women of AR. They were right in front of us. And as I'm circling in the eddy, going absolutely crazy, I couldn't get out. I'm on the paddle, a pack, a be free, a map. Garrison is yelling, "You have to punch now!"
Right.
Like, I can't get out of the water. So if we dropped the stuff, I got out, we punched. and we made it. We were the last team to make it through.
Well, and that's, when we were getting the reports, the last 3 teams, obviously it was you, Rib, and Women of AR
Yes, yeah.
were the last 3 teams. And we knew it was carnage at a lot of the rapids, because even teams that were making it through the rapids were ending up getting swamped, and then having to spend all the time taking your boat out of the water, getting all of your stuff out, getting it emptied and get back on the water. And so you guys made the cutoff just barely, and there were some teams just behind you, super competitive teams, that did not.
Yeah, we
that saw you in the transition.
Yes, yeah. We chatted with them. We felt bad for them because we knew that they had pushed just as hard as us on the paddle. That trek was hotter than expected, longer than expected, more technical than expected. And we had seen them a bunch on the trek, and we knew they were putting in the effort. And you don't like to beat a team because they miss a cutoff when you just made the cutoff so early in the race. I'd rather beat them on something later on. It was unfortunate for them, but I guess that's what happens.
Well, and obviously you wouldn't know where you are at that point in the race, but you guys' ability to continue to push. We saw this last year at the national championship race, where
You can start now.
Okay, so yeah, we'll start all over. We have the stars of the show here now, so if you grab the mic, just know you got to hold it really close because it's picking up all kinds of background. So we were talking about, last year you guys made some amazing navigation choices that ended up surprising everybody at the end because of the window points that ended up landing you on the podium. This year, I think that it was more your grit and determination that has now landed you on the podium.
Cool.
So I don't know if I'm breaking news to you right now. Okay.
We like keep track of the teams around us, figure out what's going on, and we had a sense, but there are also teams that we didn't talk to, we didn't know what they were doing. So
yeah, so in the co-ed category, obviously Wadali was the national champion, and second place goes to High Point Racing.
Wow.
And you guys are finishing third.
Awesome.
Kudos to High Point. I mean, Wadali been there, done that, but High Point had a killer race.
Yeah, they cleared the course. They're one of only 4 teams that have cleared the course, and we're waiting on 2 to get in here right now in order to be able to be considered clearing and full course. With Women of AR, you can see on the dots here, we got Women of AR and Team Ozark that are trying to get in here right now. We have 13 minutes before they start losing points.
Wow. We were with Women of AR. I didn't realize they had cleared the course. They were pushing hard. They're a great team. Great team.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic team, strong team. Right now, they're going to be literally digging into every ounce of mountain biking skill that they have in order to get back here and punch that before the clock runs out.
And they have a lot of that skill.
They do. They do.
Yeah, they're struggling to find that.
Well, and so we were just talking about this because I don't know if you guys heard what happened to Grit, but Jesse had a really tough time. He had some stomach issues, and
a few times.
When they came in, they had a hard time in the very same spot that they are having in the town and trying to get over to the mandatory spot. And if the tracker is correct, this could be a difference in 3rd or 4th overall.
Yeah.
If Team Ozark is able to catch and pass Women of AR before they cross the finish line.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, it's crazy to think that we are 29 hours and 49 minutes into the race, and this race for the overall podium is going to come down to maybe seconds.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
In a day and a half of the kind of racing that you guys just did. What's that? Oh, they did. Okay. So I take that back. Ozark has dropped some of the dog bones, I think. Okay. So that means that even if they come in before them, Women of AR will land on the podium in 3rd place overall and win the all-women's category for the 2nd year in a row.
Kudos to them. They were just moving so smoothly every time we saw them.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what your favorite parts of the race were.
Yeah. Anybody want to go first?
Share the mic.
You know, I it just like thinking back as you asked that, the first thing that pops into my head are actually the rapids that we paddled through. I think that might be the most memorable part of the race. Maybe not the favorite in the moment, as I lost more than 1,000 calories of food that got filled with nasty river water.
Oh, no.
But like in retrospect, when I think back about this race, I have a feeling I'm going to think about that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I think I was going to say the same thing because, I mean, as everyone knows, it was a really hot race.
Yeah.
And I think we all struggled to just, I mean, we're all from the Northeast. Like, we really struggled to just acclimate to the temperature. And dunking, as we did a couple times, was just the best feeling that, I mean, just about the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Well, I nearly died.
What? Hold on. Why didn't we lead with this story? Because I think that story is more important than the rest of them.
So it wasn't a high point. I was on a high point when I fell.
Okay.
And then reached a low point very quickly. This was out of the orienteering section. I tried to cut down too aggressively to the river. Put my map in my mouth with my headlight on my head. As I was sliding down, my feet came out from under me. It's very slick rock here.
Was
It's
this
like
at
very
TA5,
gravelly.
the O relay?
And it would have been like a great like America's Funniest Home Video, because I start sliding and the paper just goes up into my eyes and I get blinded from the headlight shining into the paper, and meanwhile I'm going downhill at like 8-10 miles an hour, like, oh boy. And there was about a 5-foot drop, and then another slide for 2 seconds, and then a 6-foot drop. And I think I grabbed a tree along the way because my shoulder's really sore, and slid sideways, and then just landed right on my backpack. And thank God for the water bladder, because it cushioned my fall.
Gosh.
But yeah, it was pretty banged up. But yeah, it could have been so bad. It was marked as a cliff zone.
And you found it.
I am cliff, so I assumed that was my
Right?
zone. Yeah, don't do what I do. The biking obviously was so hyped up, and have friends who've done Expedition Ozark. Kate's done it, and friends who've just come for vacation here. So to be able to have nationals in Bentonville, you got to get on those trails. And I would say 10 out of 10, except that I felt like I was in a boil-a-bag human skin because it was so hot for me. But I would still give it a 9 out of 10, even with the heat, because it's really cool trails. And we saw, even on the ride in, so many more cool trails that like you
didn't even get to ride.
No, I mean, I think we barely even scratched the surface here.
Speaking of scratching the surface, I'm looking down at your knees. And every single one of your knees, and I don't know if it's going to come across in the video, but it looks like you guys had some fun in some briars.
It was a very tough debate between wearing pants, which are hot, and wearing shorts. And I've never bushwhacked in Arkansas. I really hope there wasn't. Like razor wire thorns. Turns out there was. So it was very painful.
That was a gamble that didn't pay off.
No, it still paid off.
But it did, because, I mean, imagine the heat with the pants on. Yeah.
They need to design some cooler pants.
Yes.
I mean, all the pants I've tried on are way too hot to wear.
Well,
at one point on the first trek, I looked around and we all had like just blood streaming down both the fronts and backs of our knees.
and you were probably like, hell yeah,
Yeah,
let's
like,
go.
This is pretty.
Now this is an adventure race,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Here we go.
Well, say hello to everybody at home that has been tracking you guys and watching you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Congratulations on another spectacular national championship and another podium finish. We'll look forward to seeing you guys at the banquet tonight.
Thank you.
Women of AR coming in with 6 minutes to spare, and they are gassed. Every single one of them is hands on their knees, sitting on the ground, actually, right across the finish line, knowing that they had 5.5 minutes to spare. Wow. Oh my gosh. Heck yeah, you're crying. You just finished third overall at the national championship.
I think she's just crying because she finally stopped biking.
She's crying happy tears because she can stop biking right now. All right, hey, good job, guys. Congratulations. Good job.
Thanks, Doug.
Great job, Nikki.
Good job, Nikki. Woo. Good job, man. Wow, what a finish. We still have 5 minutes, and did Team Ozark, where's Team Ozark's tracker showing? Are they here? Did they finish at the same time? I don't see them out there. Oh, did they? Say that again? Oh, Ozark did? Okay. Ozark finished 2 minutes before the women of AR. What a spectacular finish. Let's zoom out a little bit. I just want to see how many teams are still out there trying to get across the finish line. It looks like we have 3 total. That 219 might be a team that Mike Garrison was talking about.
That's about 40.
Yeah, so that is a team that is coming home in a car. That's the team that I think Mike Garrison was talking about trying to get a ride back here for. And we've got a couple of teams that are on the outskirts of Bentonville right now that probably have another 10 or 15 minutes. Now, again, what we talked about is these teams actually, these teams, we've got Outward Adventure Racing and Topo Radicals are pushing hard to try to get here to the finish line without losing too many points. They will lose a point for missing the 3 o'clock cutoff, and then they will lose a point every 5 minutes after that. So if they can make it back in 6 minutes, they will only lose 2 points, and they can limit the damage. Say that again?
3 minutes.
Oh, it's every 3 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out here in just a few minutes. But, teams right now are probably really happy to be out of the heat. Some of them, unfortunately, have to ride their bikes back to their Airbnbs or wherever they're staying so they can get food and drink and get rehydrated. But we're coming back here to the Ledger for the award ceremony and banquet tonight, where all the teams are going to be celebrated. Whether you are a back-to-back reigning national champion like Wadali, or whether or not this is your first national championship race, every racer that came out here should be celebrated because this course was difficult. And if you made it across this finish line, you earned that medal and you earned the ability to say that you finished a national championship race, and you should be very proud. If you're at home and you're following your friends and family, make sure that you give them the congratulations and support that you've been giving them all race long. We have heard from all of you that have been tuning into the live broadcast. Thank you. We appreciate you. Jeff and I, Brian and Mary and our media team, we do this because we want you at home to be able to experience the passion that we have for this sport and the passion to make sure that you are feeling what these racers are feeling. So those of you that weren't racing this year, I know I got a lot of message about people that had FOMO that wish that they were here and were living vicariously through these live updates. If you were not here, listen, next year is your chance to be here at the United States Adventure Racing National Championship, and we hope to see you here. We love this sport. We love being able to bring you these stories because the stories are what this sport is about, and what people are doing out there are the things of legend, really. I mean, what they are doing and their ability to push and get to these finish lines, especially on a course like this, is absolutely breathtaking to watch and inspiring. And I hope you were inspired at home. We talked to a volunteer earlier that said that their dream is to race here at a national championship. I hope that's your dream at home, because we would love to have you out here. I know USARA would love to have you out here. And ladies, if you're out there, be inspired by these women. The women of AR, they don't just stand for the team that they are representing that has now landed them on the podium. They stand for all of you. And I hope that this shows you that you have an opportunity to do amazing things and that you will get out here and race. Way to go, Britt. Congratulations. Well, if you sit, then you kind of come sit on the interview couch. People pushed to their absolute limits today. We're seeing that right now. But I hope that you have enjoyed the coverage. If you want to relive it, I hope that you will go to the United States Adventure Racing website, which is usara.com. We have all of the live things posted, a bunch of videos, the tracking page where you can go back, and we taught you how to replay the track so you can see how things took place. For those of you that were racing, I hope that you come back and watch this as well, because this is about you. We want you to be able to go back and have a memory of what this race meant to you. We hope that you will continue to follow Adventure Racing Insider, the Dark Zone podcast with Brian Gatens, AR Dot Watch, as we will continue to bring you adventure racing like never before. We hope that you have enjoyed the broadcast. We hope that we will see you out on a race course soon. Thank you to USARA. Thank you to ARWS North America. We can't wait to bring you next year's national championship, and we look forward to seeing you out at a race soon.